Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla if you're new here. I wanted to film my Hobonichi haul and chit chat about what I'm planning on using each book for. I originally purchased the Hobonichi Weeks and then I couldn't stop thinking about also having a journal solely for journaling and just being creative, kind of like a mashup of a diary and a junk journal. But I've had this A6 Techo before. It was the spring version from 2023 to 2024, and I had stopped using it around that summertime because I had just moved and life just got a bit busy, but I'm definitely looking forward to using an A6 again. So let's get into today's video. I ordered this from A6 Stationery, and with every order you place with them, they do give you a couple of stickers. So I'm definitely going to be using these in one of my journals for decoration. Alright, so this year, if you wanted a cover, you did have to get a book as well, and this is the Hobonichi Techo Original in English in the A6 size, and it's a Monday start. And the back of this here is just showing you what the daily pages look like inside of the planner. This is the cover that I chose. It is the Toe-like Garden of Botany in the A6 size. Honestly, once I saw it, I was kind of obsessed, but I didn't know if I'd be getting an A6 Techo or not. And I kind of put it in the back of my mind because it was sold out everywhere. Then one night I got a notification from Yoseka that it was finally back in stock. So of course I thought that was a sign that I had to purchase it immediately. And I mean, just look at this cover. It's so pretty. The flower detailing is so nice. And I love the colors of the bookmark strings there. I thought this deco card was such a nice touch. I'm definitely going to keep this in one of my cover pockets here, and there's so many pockets in this cover. There's about 9 or 10 of them, I believe, and I'm definitely going to try to utilize them to hold some of my stickers, maybe some scraps of ephemera, and I also have a really small ruler that I think would fit in here nicely, so definitely going to add those things in here once I set everything up. I'm also loving the way that the ends of this ribbon looks for the bookmarks. The other covers usually have something on the end of them, like this one right here, and I never really used them, to be honest. I was just using my pencil board, so I think now that these are way thinner, I'll utilize them a little bit more. Can I just say that Hobonichi used the strongest adhesive known to man to keep this closed. I felt like I was about to break a finger, but definitely need that for my junk journaling. Now let's get into what the book looks like. All right, so I received one of these pamphlets with my Hobonichi Weeks as well, and I believe they give you one with each of their planners. Now back here is some info on the app that they released, and then when you open it up here, there's some cute graphics, and it just tells you, the life book, Hobonichi Techo. Once you open it up a little more, there's some more information on the products that they carry. And on the right-hand side here, there's an idea list of what to write about as well, which is nice to reference if you're kind of stuck on what to journal about. Once you open it up all the way, there is a paint by number type of thing, and there's 3 different sizes, so maybe I'll do one of these, who knows. But yeah, that's a cute pamphlet that comes with each of their planners. I forgot how small the A6 size truly is. I had used the weekly passport insert from Traveler's Company for my journaling this year, so there's way more space than that at least. So I still have the first and only A6 that I've used previously. I want to get back to this type of journaling and just being free in it and more creative than just adding stickers to a page and writing down 3 to 4 sentences like I've been doing. There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like it was kind of a mindless practice, and I would like to be more intentional with my journal entries and just yap more, to be honest. So definitely looking forward to that. I loved how I decorated this front cover. This was the 2024 spring. So I believe it technically started, I think in 2020, no, it actually did start in 2024 spring, not 2023, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video. So yeah, here are some spreads here. This was like a Monday Night Football thing. Use lots of washi, scraps of paper, not a bunch of stickers, but whatever I kind of had on hand that would go with the theme of my pages. It was just fun and whimsical for me, so I just really enjoy doing collages and things, and I just want to get back to that. I grabbed some sticky notes and a pen so I can jot down what I want to use each of the pages for. It could possibly change, but this is where my head is at for now. And I'm using the Sarasa clip in a 0.5 in the color green black. And I believe this is part of their vintage series. I'm not entirely sure. I did grab a few other colors from Barnes & Noble one day, and they write really nice. They're very smooth. I'm typically a 0.38 girl, and I've been obsessed with my fountain pens, so this was different for me to write in, and it is an enjoyable experience. It doesn't skip, which is really nice, so highly recommend if you haven't tried them. I'm sure Jet Pens has them as well. So the first page here is just a yearly overview of 2025, 26, and 27. Don't think I'll be using this for anything special, to be honest. And next up here, I always reference this as a perpetual calendar, but Hobonichi has this listed as a yearly index. I think I'm gonna use this as an index for my journal entries if it's something I wanna go back to and reference. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'll think about it. And it looks like it goes from December 2025 all the way through March 2027. Next up are the monthly calendars. I've seen lots of people use this for photo a day, doodle a day, quote of the day. They usually do a theme. I'll probably do either a photo a day or doodle a day. We'll see. I kind of don't want to be tied down by just one theme for all of these boxes, especially if I'm not taking a picture for certain days or anything. I don't want to just fill that in with a random picture. I'd rather just be more authentic and intentional. So we'll see. I'll shoot for a photo a day and a doodle a day, but if that doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. I do have an everyday carry that I'll be using this year to use a monthly spread in a more traditional way for birthdays, appointments, vacation, holidays, days off, things like that. And just like the yearly index, this does go from December 2025 all the way through March 2027. Directly after the monthly pages is a blank 2-page spread with a title, Turning the Page to a New Year. I've seen others use this as a spot to write a letter to their future selves, but I think I want to use it as a collage type of mood board that aligns with my 2026 goals and intentions. Then it goes directly into the daily pages. There's no weekly spread in the A6 size, but Hobonichi does have an A6 booklet that has a vertical weekly layout to use alongside this if you'd prefer to do that. In the beginning of each month, there is a blank page, and I think I'll be using that as an inspo board to kind of set the tone for the month for myself. Then on each daily page, you have a mini task list on the top right, the space for you to write in, which I believe is a 3.7 millimeter grid size. And then at the bottom of each page is a mini calendar with the current date circled and a quote. And the daily pages do start on January 1st and they go through the end of December 2026. Every month is also a different color as well. After the daily pages, there are some blank ones, and it looks like 8 front and back, so 16 total. Next up is the timetable spread. I am hoping to use this as a page to swatch some of my inks, some markers, and things like that. I'm not entirely sure what I'd use this graph spread for. Maybe make a bar graph if I want to see some progress of something. Not too sure yet, but we'll see. And there are 4 pages of this favorite spread. I'm going to use this how I used it in my Hobonichi Weeks this past year, just not as a favorites relating to media, since I'll be recording that in my 2026 Hobonichi Weeks. And then I'm just showing you here what I was putting in each month as my favorite. And if it was a book, I was circling book. If it was something having to do with food or like a matcha recipe that I did, I circled the little utensils there. And then the past 2 months were music related. So yeah, like I said, gonna use this exactly how I was using it in my weeks, just leaving the media related things to my 2026 weeks. Since there is 4 pages total of the spread, I'm not sure that I'll use all of the boxes, but I'll intend to for sure. For my 100 list, I'm thinking I want to split this into 4 different lists of, the 25 lines, maybe one for trying out a new cafe, new restaurants, bookshops, and maybe some small businesses. I believe this is a new spread for 2026, and I'm going to use it as intended, but I think I'm going to split each column into 4 different boxes so I can write down a new memory for each quarter in each of the columns. Maybe I'll use the last column for my favorite memory of 2026. I'm not entirely set on that, but that could be an idea. So since there are 12 boxes total here, I'm thinking that I may want to use this as a spot to write something new that I want to try out each month, whether that's something along the lines of trying new food or doing something off of my bucket list. I'm going to be using the 365 days checkoff page to document when I journal on the actual day. I have seen that papery planning has stickers that fit into each of these shapes. There are ones for the Hobonichi Weeks and the cousins, I believe, but I compared the week size to this A6 size, and they are the same size and shapes for each date. So I think I'll definitely pick some up since that could be a fun way to motivate me. And if you're interested in them, I'll try to remember and link it in the description box below. For the following pages, I think I'll use them as intended or just use them as another swatch page. I definitely want to decorate the front of my journal, just not sure that I'll film that since it takes me a bit to choose my stickers and such. And I also grabbed a clear cover as well to keep it nice and clean. I'm not sure if it will fit with the clear cover on, but I'm fine whether it does or not since I'm planning to always keep it in my toe light cover anyway. I do really love the detail on this cover. I'm just hoping I don't get tired of it since I typically use more neutral covers and such, but I'm loving it right now and hopefully I'll love it for all of 2026. And here I am just trying to figure out which pen looks best with this cover. I'm not sure that I'll be using the Sarasa pens in this A6 Techo. It just looks nice with the cover. I also picked up this tiny card set. I thought these would look really nice in my journal spreads or just to give to a friend or a loved one. It does come with mini envelopes and a sticker sheet of the shapes of each card as well. I grabbed these index tabs as well, and it comes with two sets, a numbered one and a blank one. I really love the colors, and I believe they match the colors of each month in the Hobonichi Weeks, the Cousin, and the A6 Techo. Now let's get into my weeks. I decided on the strawberry milk color and chose the Forest Lake clear cover. It's really pretty and has some silver foiling details. All of the weeks come with a clear pocket that you can adhere to whichever page you'd like. I like to put this on the front page since the clear covers have a back pocket already. I am planning to use this as a media and maybe hobby journal. I wanted to have one this past year in my Passport TN, but I never committed to it. I think because I would have had to create all of the spreads and it just seemed a bit daunting, to be honest. So using the layout already in the weeks will definitely help me with journaling about the media that I consume. I'm not planning on using this yearly overview for anything specific. I will probably only use the section on the bottom left for my color key. For the yearly index, I'm going to use this to document the pages that I've read and maybe the minutes that I've spent watching TV. In the monthly section, I'm planning to use this as a spot to document when I start and end a book, movie, or TV show, and maybe also to write down when music is being released from my favorite artists. I'm not too sure what I want to put down here underneath the calendar. I just know it's going to be different than how I used the Hobonichi Weeks for the past 2 years. And also, just like the A6, the month span from December through March 2027. I wanted to briefly show you how I used my weeks this year. I used the monthlies for important dates, birthdays, and some of my bills. Unlike the A6 Techo, the Hobonichi Weeks does start in December for both the monthlies and the weekly spread. I was using my weeklies as a space to track my habits, make a to-do list, and a reminders list. I was also documenting my meals for the week, my work hours, and anything important from the monthly section. For 2026, I'm going to use a Sterling Ink Common Planner in the Passport size for this type of planning. I wanted to be able to have all this information readily available, which is what swayed my decision in switching, since I already use my Passport TN as an everyday carry anyway. For the weeklies in my media journal, I want to write down all of the media that I'm consuming on this left-hand side. And then on the right side of the page here, I think I want to use it as a space to be creative, maybe do some collaging based on whatever it was that I was reading, watching, or listening to that week. I don't think I'll do collaging every week, so I'll probably use the right side to write some quotes or do a mini book or movie review as well. Now on to the notes section. There's a total of 75 blank pages. I used it for a bunch of different things this year, but there were also some spreads that I wanted to use and I actually set up, but then I never used them. So I definitely want to utilize this more in 2026. I did enjoy writing down the books I finished and their rating. I also use this space to write my physical TBR, and I definitely want to do the same spread in my 2026 weeks. It just needs to be a little cleaned up. Same goes for this books that I read in 2025 spread. I was experimenting with how big the size of the cover should be. To me, these look kind of huge and out of whack, so I definitely want to make my book cover template a little bit smaller. I use these pages mostly for random lists, like a grocery list. I have a random recipe in the back here. I also made a swatch page because some of the markers and highlighters that I use show up a little differently on the Tomoe River paper versus like a regular white piece of paper. I'm planning to use this exactly how I used it, but I'm going to keep it as media related only since I already have this spread in my A6 as well, as you've seen earlier in the video. And then for the cover page of the notes section, I'm going to use it as intended, like I did this year, and use it as an index of the notes and spreads that I create in the back here. For my 100 spread, I honestly don't know why I use this for books only when my yearly goal is literally always 12. I do want to use it similar to this year though by splitting it into 4 separate lists of 25, one for books, movies, songs, and TV shows, maybe as the first 25 of the year. Although some might not even get to 25, I think it'd be interesting to see the contrast of going from one TV show to another or different genres of books, movies, and music. Just like the A6 Techo, this is a new spread in the weeks as well. I'm not too sure how I want to use it. I was originally thinking quarterly faves for the media I consumed, but I'm already kind of doing that somewhere else in the weeks, and I don't want to be redundant with the stuff that I'm journaling about. I'm going to use this to document the days I've either watched TV or the days that I've read. I might just do one or the other though, and then document the other one on the yearly index page. That way I'm not being redundant with the stuff that I'm documenting in my weeks. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I'm interested in how you're planning to use your journals and planners for 2026. Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.